Hello and welcome to my channel. My name's Ali and this here is Ted. And in today's video I'm going to be talking about matted fur in chinchillas. So what causes matted fur in chinchillas? It can be a variety of different reasons. First reason could be improper care. So if, for example, you're not giving your chinchilla a dust bath, or you're giving your chinchilla a dust bath too infrequently, that can cause your chinchilla's fur to start to mat. So the second reason could be the type of dust you're using. Some pet shops sell quite bad quality dust. You want to find the finest dust you can, because anything that's really too coarse will not actually do a very good job at actually cleaning your chinchilla's fur. So third reason could be your water bottle. Your chinchilla might be sitting by your water bottle or under your water bottle, or your water bottle might be leaking. This can cause your chinchilla to get wet fur, and wet fur can result in the fur matting. Fourth reason could be your chinchilla's not well. If your chinchilla is suffering with dental issues, for example, they may have mallow, which is a really serious dental disease which needs to be looked at ASAP by a vet, they actually sometimes drool. And when they're drooling, if they start to groom themselves around the sides, they can actually make their fur wet, and that can again result in mats developing. So look out if your chinchilla's drooling, or if they have wet eyes, or if they're pouring at their mouths, then that could be a result of a dental issue, in which case you need to take them to the vet ASAP. It's super serious if they have dental issues. So number 5 is that you could have a chinchilla that just has that type of fur that seems to mat more easily. I had a white chinchilla called Angel that used to mat really easily and quite frequently, even though I was giving them the same care as all my other chinchillas, same dust, same everything. Her fur just seemed to tend to start to get mats on it. We don't know why. So now we've talked about why chinchillas get matted fur, let's talk about how we can sort out a mat when we see one. Now, if you see your chinchilla has a mat on their fur, you may be tempted to go grab a comb and groom them. Now, I would actually highly recommend you do not do this unless you have been shown by an experienced person how to actually groom a chinchilla, because chinchilla grooming is kind of a fine art, and if you do it wrong you can end up putting out perfectly healthy fur. So yeah, if you've not been shown by a show breeder or someone with experience on how to groom your chinchilla, best to leave the comb alone. Secondly, you may be tempted to get out a pair of scissors and cut out the mat. I would again strongly recommend you do not do this, because chinchilla's skin is actually super thin, and getting a pair of scissors to them, you may actually end up injuring and cutting your chinchilla. Basically, it's not a good idea to go to your chinchilla with sharp objects ever, so just don't do it. Right, the best way to actually get rid of mats is to actually find where the mat is on your chinchilla's fur, find out where it is, dig around, find it, and then firmly tug at that piece of fur. Now you might think, oh my god, I'll be pulling out my chinchilla's fur, this is going to hurt them. But just remember, chinchillas have a defence mechanism called a fur slip, which means that they can actually release huge parts of their fur without any pain at all. It's one of their defence mechanisms. So what you're doing when you tug at the chinchilla's mat is you'll encourage them to actually fur slip that area, because they'll think it's a predator that's got them and they'll naturally release that area. Now, so will your chinchilla like this? Answer is no, not really. The initial tugging at the fur can cause them a little discomfort, and they may bark at you, and they possibly could even bite you, because it's not a nice thing to have your fur tugged about. However, once the fur starts to go into fur slip and they release that fur, it won't hurt them at all. It's painless for them. So the initial stage of actually just getting in there and pulling it, that is the part that's going to cause them a little bit of discomfort. So why is it important to remove mats from chinchillas when you see them? Mats are actually not very comfortable for the chinchilla. It can cause their skin to pinch from where all that fur's matted together. It's just not a very comfortable experience to live with, and they will get bigger and bigger the more you leave them. Second reason is they can actually get a skin infection underneath there from all the matted fur, so it's much better to just bite the bullet and just pull it out. So if you've got large mats, you may have to do it in sections so that it's not too uncomfortable for them, but generally speaking they will come out. You may be left with a little bit of a bald patch, but that fur will grow straight back through. He's hiding, bless him. So they may be left with a bald patch, but honestly they will feel so much better once that mat's been removed. If you've got a chinchilla where you know their fur mats quite easily, just keep on top of it. Just as soon as you see the slightest mat, just pull it out, because the smaller the mat, the easier it is to remove and the far less uncomfortable it is for them. So that is the best way to deal with mats. It may look a bit cruel to someone who doesn't own chinchillas and doesn't know about the fur slip mechanism they have, because they will just think that you're just pulling out their fur, and they're not realising that they release it naturally themselves once you get that response to come out. So if you've got a chinchilla with mats, I hope this helps you. I would have liked to have shown you a live demonstration of how to actually remove a mat, but I don't have any chinchillas with matted fur, so I can't really show you. I sometimes do get them with my Angoras every now and again, and again as soon as they start to develop I just pull them out. But yeah, okay, hope this helps. Thank you, and goodbye from Ted.